So, as you all know, today we're going to talk about Binance. The Binance FUD, the recent FUD that hit the Binance, you've seen it, it's all over the net. You have seen it. And we also got to talk about an AI launch pad that could potentially make you a ton load of money. I'm talking 100 to 1000x, maybe. With that being said, stay tuned, like and subscribe. Let's get right onto it. So, CZ's recent FUD, you all know, BNB. Everybody wants BNB to go down for their own benefit, for example. It's mainly leverage traders and people who are just desperate to make that cash while things are going down. Those are the people who are, always fighting BNB and Binance, and they want the Binance chain to come down for some. I have reason to believe that this is not the first time something like this happened. People have been fighting CZ for many years and Binance simply because they don't like him or whatever personal agenda they have against this man. But sometimes last year, shortly before I think FTX went down, I remember being on a Twitter space where CZ was talking. I think someone wrote it in an article or something to that nature, and he was literally saying that FTX paid $43 million to news organizations and news outlets within the crypto space just to FUD Binance. I mean, every day articles were coming out. Binance order books are not straight. They taking millions of dollars. They stealing. They're doing this. They're taking money from their traders. They're taking money from their customers. They're doing X, Y, and Z. And it's always been the case until CZ, stepped up and he started talking about what's going on behind it. I mean, this man, Sam Bankman-Fried, he really turned the entire cryptocurrency upside down leading up to him collapsing. Like, he wanted Binance out of his way. So it was only right for BNB and CZ and his team to get him out of their way because of how he was behaving. I mean, who goes behind the scenes to pay other people to write bad articles to scare people not to invest into Binance and BNB, and you have YouTubers buying into this narrative and trying their best, desperate YouTubers who need cash right now. Yet we're the ones who need cash, but yet they're the ones who are out there pushing this Binance FUD crap just to pocket themselves. And unfortunately, this is the case, and we're going to talk about it today. Samuel Bankman-Fried, look at the BUSD, it's still holding up. Recent news was what Paxos and SEC, they deemed this thing here a security, so Binance is trying to disassociate themselves with it. I think they helped Paxos build the BUSD or something to that nature. But yeah, man, even Kevin O'Leary chimed in, and this is what he had to say. Let's just listen to his view on Binance. As you all know, he's on the FTX side, so of course he's not going to like Binance.
So right now, take for example, BNB is 64 billion of market cap. The only reason to own that token on Binance is to get a discount on trading fees. What's the intrinsic value of that token? Nothing. It doesn't give you access to the equity of the company. Now, if you go look at the wallets, there's only 2 wallets that have 97% of all of those tokens. I wonder who owns those. What happens if one of them says, I want cash? Does Binance have 34 billion USD of cash? I don't think so. So my whole point is these things will keep blowing up over and over and over again. And finally, the senators are saying on these committees, we're done. Let's put the heavy-handed regulation.
Look at the lies and, the crap that this dude is generating out there, and then what he's talking about, as if he's not the one, who was paid almost $10 million or something. He was paid millions of dollars by Sam, in FTX. And after the collapse, all he did was cry and said, oh, well, I lost my money too. But come on now. Kevin O'Leary took money from FTX, and whose money they were paying him? It's people's money, and people lost a ton load of money with FTX. Now he's sitting here pointing at Binance. Oh, Binance is the one that actually caused the FTX collapse. But what they're not telling you is what CZ just said in this article right here. that way back before FTX even collapsed, FTX was trying to get Binance out of the way simply because they were a bigger exchange and they wanted to get rid of the competition. Sam Bankman-Fried was paying people to write bad articles, going to the SEC, laying in bed with the SEC, trying to get Binance out of the way. And this is what is going on. It's no coincidence that Gensler was called out to the Congress to come and speak about this, him being in bed with FTX. And then a couple of days later, SEC is suing Binance, Paxos, or BUSD, and all this other. It's not coincident. It's not a coincidence that they're all going after CZ for this number one reason. What I feel like is CZ is pretty much one of the largest chains that are for the people, and they are, the majority of DeFi. Come on, go to DeFi Llama and check Binance's TVL, and everybody's on the BNB BSC chains, Binance Smart Chains. A lot of people who do in DeFi, a large portion of DeFi are mainly on Ethereum, and the second largest is Binance. So they're trying to get Binance out of the way. They have been doing that for many, many years, and unfortunately you have YouTubers out there who are so desperate to short BNB. They've been talking about it since last year, and they keep wrecking themselves because the price of BNB, ever since these people have been saying sell your Binance now, is going to go down, I'm shorting Binance with their big mouths. Binance, when they were talking about shorting Binance sometimes in October, November last year, the BNB token was around $200. Instead of going down, it ran up to $350. I think that's how it closed the year, which was an incredible upswing from BNB. Look at it, it's still sitting at $315, and these YouTubers are making videos talking about shorting Binance, and the industry needs one more shakeout. We need another leg down. Another major exchange has to go down. In my opinion, I don't believe this exchange would be Binance, because FTX was one of the largest exchanges. Yes, it's gone. The Lunas are gone. The Celsiuses are gone. But Binance have been here since 2017, and CZ has been doing nothing but building pretty much. What Kevin O'Leary said about, the BNB token, 97%. Yeah, they hold a large percentage of the thing, but the circulating supply is still here. People are still holding the BNB token. Why? Because it has utility. If BNB didn't have utility, who would use it? I mean, it can be used right here. The BNB token can be used for goods and services, settle transaction fees on the Binance Smart Chain, participate in exclusive token sales, and more. Many more use cases and utilities the BNB token itself is offering. So Binance is huge, and if Binance go down, it is an orchestrated attack against CZ. I don't think CZ would wake up and, like what Kevin already said, they wake up and want to cash out $35 billion worth of his assets or whatever and go. And then another FUD that was recently, spoken about against Binance was this right here. Exclusive crypto giant Binance moved $400 million. When you read this article, you would realize that this happened sometimes in 2021, which is not even relevant at this point. I mean, over the first 3 months of 2021, more than $400 million followed from the Binance US account at California-based Silvergate and whatnot to Merit Peak. And according to the records for that quarter, they moved that large sum of money, and this started sometimes in 2020 or something to that nature. So basically they're saying Binance is moving funds out of Binance.US and then wash trading or doing some kind of nefarious activities or stealing customers' funds and all that crap. Let me ask you a question. Who created Binance.US? Well, it's Binance. Even if they put it under shell corporations and stuff to protect themselves from American authorities coming after them, it's called business. There's nothing illegit or something bad that they're doing. Everybody knows Binance.US is owned by Binance technically, because Binance way back in 2017 and 2018, the Americans wouldn't let them trade over there because of CZ and who he is and, where he's from. I think that's what it is, because I noticed that this kind of hatred they have against CZ, they also have it against Sunny Lu. There's a reason why they don't like VeChain as well, because it's associated with Walmart China, and a lot of businesses from China actually working with VeChain. That's why they don't really pump VeChain like that in the US. They don't really pump BNB like that in the US. They want always Coinbase to remain in here forever, but that's not the case. Exchanges are going to emerge. Technology going to advance, and more things and better things are going to come. Imagine 10 years ago if we still have the Bitcoin technology on the blockchain and no other coin. That would be boring as, exactly. So that's how silly it is. As for the YouTubers talking about Binance, a short Binance now and all this, they don't have your best interest at heart. Actually, they are to have reason to believe that they really only are saying this to hoodwink you into losing your position into holding BNB. I mean, if it goes down, you can buy some more. We're in a bear market and it comes back down. Whatever they are preaching to you, everybody else is preaching to you. Those YouTubers, their only incentive is to point fingers at other YouTubers. You notice that, right? All they do is, well, everybody else is preaching you dollar cost average. But if you do use the compound effect, you do this, you do trading, you do... Everybody who uses the compound effect in leverage trading, I haven't seen one or two successful leverage traders consistently pulling out, profit after profit, months after months. It's all a lie. Their coaches are lying. They all are full of it. Because if leverage trading was the number one thing right now to go, every single person in crypto right now would be leverage trading. But everybody who leverage trades gets bad experiences and loses a ton load of money, as opposed to you playing the long game and saving your money and say, you know what, I'm going to buy these tokens, accumulate my coins on my side. It's in my wallet. Up and down, I don't care. I'm just looking at the long-term picture and how much, for example, HBAR I can accumulate, how much Cardano I can accumulate. It's called retail trying to beat institutional investors to the punch when the bull market comes back around. Of course, the only thing we know is the bull market. The only thing you know is the bull market. Because how many people are you teaching right now are making profits shorting the market? How many? I'm talking about fake testimonials. Anybody can pay some lame ass from Fiverr or whatever, come and give you some fake testimonials about tradings. I'm talking about real individuals who are making real profits, consistent too, because everybody, they like running their big mouths when they make a small win, but when they make a loss, they don't want to talk about it. And this is the disingenuousness of what's going on. Why must you put down other YouTubers and crap on them and say, I'm the better one, I'm the one, when you yourself is just preaching people crap, bro? That's it. It's rubbish. It's nonsense. Oh, well, I think the bull market is going to come back sometimes end of 2024, beginning of 2025. Oh, wow. That's genius. As if no one knows what the 4-year cycle is. As if nobody else is waiting. Oh, no, but I'm not waiting for 2 years, though. I'm not waiting for 2 years. I want to make money now. But yet, we're the desperate ones. We are the desperate ones. But you're the one who want to make money right now. I mean, we can wait. We're willing to wait. We like our haymakers over here. That's better than the trash-ass leverage trading, going on Bybit and getting wrecked 10 times, talking about doubling up your money when you keep getting wrecked over and over again. If every leverage trader was always successful, you would see multi-billionaires right now of people leverage trading on Binance, KuCoin, and Bybit or wherever. Leverage trading for the average investor is a huge disaster. Always. I haven't seen them successful like that. If people are selling you this, that's because they have their own agenda. They want to lure you in. Actually, they want to baby you. They want you to pull you over there and say, come over here and buy my little course. Yeah, they have their own agendas. Buy my little course, putting you into these baby steps so you can lose your money. They want to separate you from your money. If you're a small investor, take the steps, the DCA approach, and use it that way. I'm not saying the other stuff don't work. Obviously, you can try it. If you have the time of the day to do that, you can go and try and leverage trade, go and study the charts, go on TradingView, take some courses, whatever you can afford to do to help yourself. But long-term plays, I'm telling you, the richest people on the planet, even Warren Buffett, sometimes he only places one trade a year and that's it. Even if it's position trading, who cares? It's some form of trading. And it is a long-term move that makes him, way more money at some point. I'd rather have haymaker after haymaker, Hail Mary after Hail Mary, cycle after cycle, than just sitting on the sidelines trying to win 5 to 10% a month, or 300% this, 400% that, when 90% of the people are losers and only a few people win out of that because they're experienced traders. If you're not an experienced trader, my advice to you, sit your little behind down and do your DCA until you figure out a way to make more money in the markets in the short terms and all this other stuff. Trying to short the markets is only going to result in you getting wrecked, because the YouTubers who are preaching short the market, they wanted to short BNB from November. Go and look at what BNB did from October, November, what the price did to now. The exact opposite of what these people was preaching to you. I'll rest my case right there. So with that being said, let's move on to AIPAD.TECH, which is a great thing. You know, it is actually a launch pad that is being created. They are going to launch on the 28th of February, and to buy them, you can go to BSC pad, you can go to ETH pad, get in early at their token sales. What they literally trying to do is become like, for example, the Chainlink or the Quant of other cryptos, bringing in interoperability. Any project that's building in terms of AI, artificial intelligence, these launch pads, AIPAD will help them. And this is the first of a kind. If you don't want to miss out, look it up. Right now, there's very little information about them, but I'm going to leave some of these links in the description box below, so you can make a load of money. You know, right now is when the winners are made. The next 100x altcoins, 1000x altcoins, 500x altcoins are made right now. So do not miss out on this. 28th of February 2023. Go to BSC pad and see if you can get into their pre-sales. You can make a load of money. As for Binance, if it goes down, my take on it is Bitcoin have seen everything. I mean, the pandemic couldn't touch Bitcoin, couldn't scare it. I've seen it drop to $3,000 when everybody says it's over. Cardano was at 1 or 2 cents at that time, and everybody who bought it in March 2020, March 2021, and April throughout September, they did not regret it. So if market go down, do not be scared. Don't let some YouTubers scare you about this stuff, because only thing they know is try to put down others to make themselves feel good, and all that is trash. But I don't really mess with that kind of stuff. That kind of talk is rubbish. Putting down others to make yourself feel good. I'm the one, I'm the G, I'm the this, I'm the that. When we follow your trade, people get wrecked. So yeah, with that being said, if the market drops, if BNB collapses even, buy you some more tokens. I guarantee you, you're not going to regret it when the bull market comes back around. Because even these YouTubers preaching the bull market, that's the only thing you know. They're not making jack from shorting the market. Trust me. If they would have shown it to you right there. With that being said, like up the video, share it, subscribe for some crypto content. I've been Mr. Nakamoto Crypto, and I'm out.